Eating too much sugar can significantly harm your health. Doing so has been linked to an increased risk of many diseases, including obesity, heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and cancer. Many people are now trying to minimize their sugar intake, but it's easy to underestimate how much you're actually consuming. One of the reasons is that many foods contain hidden sugars, including some foods that you wouldn't even consider to be sweet. Hello, and we'll tell you 10 foods which can cause much more harm to your body as compared to sugar. Let's get started. Number 1. Sugary drinks. On any given day, 60% of children and 50% of adults report consuming sugar-sweetened beverages. Sugary drinks are often identified as especially problematic since they're high in, well, sugar and calories, but low in nutrients. While they're not the only risk factor for health issues, drinking sugar-sweetened beverages may lead to weight gain. Excess sugar consumption may also be linked to tooth decay, diabetes, heart disease, and cancer. What's more, a meta-analysis revealed that drinking sugar-sweetened beverages daily raises the risk of dying from heart disease by 8%. In fact, the connection becomes stronger the more you drink. Number 2. Fast food or frozen pizzas. Many people argue that since many manufactured pizzas include a variety of additives like preservatives and colors, homemade pizzas are often healthier choices. It's important to keep an eye on your intake of processed meats, such as pepperoni, hot dogs, and most types of bacon, that are commonly used as pizza toppings, as they're linked to cancer. Most manufactured pizzas use highly refined flours, which lack nutrients when compared with whole grains. Number 3. White bread. Commercial white breads are made from refined wheat, which has been stripped of its fiber and some other important nutrients. As such, white bread may cause your blood sugar levels to spike. On the other hand, whole grains might be a more favorable option since they raise your blood sugar levels more slowly, provide plenty of dietary fiber, and promote gut health. Additionally, whole grain bread may be more effective than refined bread at reducing abdominal fat, according to one review. Because the definition of whole grain bread varies across studies, it's impossible to draw a definitive conclusion regarding the influence of whole grain bread versus white bread on health outcomes. Number 4. Most fruit juices. It's not a secret that liquids are considered less filling than solid foods. This means that juice calories are not necessarily offset by eating less food, and they can add up rather quickly. Many fruit juices include large amounts of fructose, a type of sugar. Fructose is linked to insulin resistance and liver damage. Insulin resistance is when the body fails to respond properly to insulin, a hormone that controls sugars in the blood. It is typically characteristic of type 2 diabetes and non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. Number 5. Sweetened, ready-to-eat breakfast cereals. Breakfast cereals are processed cereal grains such as wheat, oats, rice, and corn. Most cereal products on the market are low in fiber and heavily sweetened to improve their taste and appeal. Some of them can be as sweet as candy. Nearly all ready-to-eat breakfast cereals evaluated in a recent study across 5 Western countries, including the United States, had an unhealthy nutritional profile. Researchers found substantial amounts of sugar in processed breakfast cereals. Number 6. Fried food and burnt meat. There's substantial evidence that frequently eating fried food raises the risk of chronic diseases. According to one analysis, consuming fried foods frequently, 4 or more times per week, is connected to type 2 diabetes, heart failure, a higher body weight, and hypertension. Cooking meat using high-temperature methods, such as pan frying or grilling directly over an open flame, produces chemicals called heterocyclic and polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons. In laboratory-based studies, these chemicals are genotoxic. That is, they cause genetic DNA damage that might raise the risk of cancer. Nevertheless, there's no compelling evidence that eating meat cooked at a high temperature poses a cancer risk to humans. Number 7. Low-carb refined foods. There is immense interest in low-carb diets, which may help you reduce your insulin levels, improve your heart health, and lose weight. While you may eat plenty of wholesome foods on a low-carb diet, you should be wary of highly processed, low-carb substitute products. Meal replacements and low-carb snacks, such as cheddar cheese scripts and cookies, are examples of these. One review of 43 studies discovered that no study found a link between ultra-processed foods and better health. Instead, a growing body of evidence associates ultra-processed foods with adverse health effects and chronic diseases. Indeed, there's a pressing need to consider how these foods contribute to the chronic disease burden on a global scale. Number 8. French fries and potato chips. Potatoes are nutrient-rich, but when they're processed into fries or chips, the nutrient content can plummet. A recent meta-analysis indicates that eating French fries is linked to type 2 diabetes and hypertension. When potatoes are fried, baked, or roasted for an extended time, they may create compounds known as acrylamides, which are associated with cancer. Evidence suggests that exposure to dietary acrylamide is connected to cancer in humans. Number 9. Gluten-free convenience foods. About 1/3 of the U.S. population actively tries to avoid gluten. However, a gluten-free diet isn't necessarily healthier for people who don't have a gluten-related disorder. People frequently replace nutritious gluten-containing foods with highly processed foods that are gluten-free. However, adopting a gluten-free diet may mean higher food expenses, decreased fiber intake, and the risk of nutritional deficiencies. Number 10. Agave nectar. Agave nectar is a type of sweet syrup manufactured from a plant that's usually consumed as a substitute for sugar. Due to agave's current production process, it's a highly processed sweetener that no longer mirrors the original product, which was considered to have health benefits. In fact, agave nectar is even higher in fructose than many other sweeteners. According to an older study, agave nectar is 84% fructose. In contrast, table sugar is 50% fructose, while high fructose corn syrup is around 55% fructose. Frequent fructose intake is linked to insulin resistance, fatty liver, and increased triglyceride, a type of blood fat levels. Hope this video will help you choose healthy diets to have a healthy lifestyle. That's all about today's topic. See you soon in the next video. Goodbye.